Chuck Karstensen back with video number 9 in the Millionaire from Nazareth series. Today I'm covering chapter 4, at least part of it. In chapter 4 it talks about the Beatitudes that in Matthew, when Jesus did his Sermon on the Mount, introduced people to the Beatitudes, some of their attitudes, you could say beautiful attitudes about the way of living. And I've heard different teaching in my past religious experience on the Beatitudes that got me thinking, well, it's good to be poor, it's good to give up everything on your own and be sort of like a martyr-like and not have anything going for you, and it's better if you fall on hard times. You could interpret them, if you read Matthew 5, as that, if you didn't really dig in to the real truth of what Jesus was saying. And what I see in this book is the truth. And the reason so, when I used to be in the more religious mindset, and then before then, when I didn't have any spirituality at all, I would misunderstand every circumstance that would come my way. If something happened, I think, this is bad. Why is this happening? Why can't this work out? And I'd look at it in a negative way. I'd look at God in a negative way. And I'd look at other people doing things to me in a negative way. When I started to learn that we have control over our thoughts and we can have a relationship with God, and when we understand that relationship, we want to get to know more about God and Jesus, so we dig in and research and really dig into what's the truth about the situation, what's the truth about the Scripture. And in Matthew 5:3, one of the Beatitudes is, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." I used to think when you died, you go to heaven. Not that I don't think that now, and that was it. You live your life, you struggle, it's just a big struggle, but when you die, you go to heaven. Sorry to break the news to you, but the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Jesus said that. The kingdom of heaven is within. Jesus said that. The kingdom of heaven is near to you, meaning all around you. Right now, the kingdom of heaven, we have access to it. Jesus said the one prayer you have to pray is the Our Father, where it said at one point, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven." So he wants his will to be done on earth right now as it is in heaven. So the kingdom of heaven are the goodness, the abundance, some of the things that we picture in heaven right now. And we have access to that. But what about this poor in spirit thing? Does that mean we have to be poor? No, poor in spirit would mean we have to be teachable, that our soul, that our spirit, we want to be teachable, be willing to learn and study the things of God, to get in the right mindset, to have a more prosperous, abundant mindset. Look at the Scriptures and tell me how that is not true. And then apply a couple different ways of the religious side and the more spiritual, uplifted side to your life and see what the results are. You might get some resistance at first, but when you go about it and you see the blessing that flows from understanding the fruits of the Spirit of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness, and self-control, and going around and doing all these things, even when the circumstances don't look good, you say, okay, Lord, teach me. You're teaching me something here. This isn't working out now, but you're teaching me what is the available supply that I can go forward to greater good. What might I be missing? Where is my good? I'm not looking at the right spot, so my good must be elsewhere. Show me where it is. And that's why I affirm God's goodness. So I play thoughts of God's goodness in my mind, and thoughts of abundance and prosperity. Because there was a time when I had thoughts of lack, limitation, doubt, fear, and that's no way to live a life 60, 70, 80 years, hoping, well, one day I'll die and then go to heaven, then it'll be better. No, it can be better here and now, in a snap of a finger, by understanding the truth of the situation. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Jesus said that. And we just have to be humble and teachable and willing to learn and willing to, admit when we're wrong and willing to see it from a perspective that I think Jesus taught everybody, but some people missed it. And I certainly missed it until I started studying this material and thought, okay, I'm starting to figure it out. Long way to go, but starting to figure it out. And I want other people to understand that the kingdom of heaven is at hand, is near. We can have the goodness, the abundance. Doesn't matter if the bank account low. Doesn't matter if the relationships are low. Doesn't matter, because you can be joyful always. You can pray continually. You can get uplifted mindset by just trusting and having faith. Words you hear all the time. Can we practice them? I know we can. Chuck Karstensen, the Discovery team at RE/MAX.